Hello everyone, in this simple lesson I will show you how to create a specific block which will subtract our phases of our signals. Because, phases are 2π periodical functions, so that if you just subtract them you will have some inconsistencies, you will have some troubles. I will show it you. Let's just use inbuilt subtract mode, or block, subtract block, change it to float, because we need to subtract our phases and give it some input and output. Okay, now we have phase shift around pi, yeah, and what we see here, some, I don't know, PWM signal, or what is it? If I set our phase shift around 0, it will be just a line, it's okay, but when it get better, or when it get bigger, you will have some problems. It's not our phase, it's some PWM signal, I don't know. It's happened because our phase are 2π periodical function, which just don't work like that. When you have, for example, minus 180 degrees and plus 180 degrees, it's the same thing. Yes, we see it's some saw, yeah, and we can shift it. And when you just subtract one saw from another saw, you will have a kind of PWM signal. So how to overcome it? I will show you a really simple way to do it, just creating your own block. I will call it SUBTRACTOR, you can call it as you can. I have the same block here, it's called phase differ. So, how to do it? I was a new guy here, I didn't know anything about this program and how to work with it, so I will explain you how to do it without any really deep understanding, because I also didn't have it, I'm not programmer. So, first of all, we need to find here a Python block. You can just press Ctrl+F to search for things, or go here, core misc Python block. Open it, place it here, and what we see here, our Python block. We have some example param, I don't know what is it. No, I know what is it, you don't know. And let's open its code. First thing we need to do is open its code and write here our code. When you press here, open an editor, it will give you a code. Maybe it will ask you to choose editor you want, so you just go, for example, for Notepad++ or another one, what you want. So our code is here. What we see here, we see a type of block, yeah. We see arguments of function, example param. We don't need it because we just subtract one phase from another. We don't need to, I don't know, have configuration, just subtract it. Also, what we don't need this parameter, let's remove it. And another things, we need to make more inputs, yeah. Right now we have one input and one output, you see, but we need two inputs and one output. So let's go here. We see int sign. Also we should not forget about making it float 32, because float 64 doesn't exist. We create two inputs. Just press comma and another type of data. It should work. Yes, it worked. We have two inputs. Then open our code. We need to do some specific mathematical operations. So we will need to import math. It's library in Python. And what we will do here, we need to go in work section, and it has arguments, input items and output items. So in input items we have two items, first one and second one. For faster work I will just copy here my code and explain it, because I think it will be faster. We need to have input items 0 and input items 1. It's our first and second input. Okay. And what I did here, I create a variable, called it base. It's just exponent power of 1j. I mean complex 1 or imaginary 1 square root of minus 1. Yeah, and then we just take this base in power of difference of our phases. Yeah, I just wrote here base power of phase number 1 minus phase number 2. Yeah, we just subtract our phases in power of exponent, of course with complex 1 j. Then when we did it, we need to output result. So we have an output items 0 because we have only one port, and output items will be angle of our result. Yeah, we subtracted two phases in power of exponent of complex exponent, and then we need to take back angle of our complex number, how it rotated on our complex float thing. So we just write here numpy angle because we have numpy, yeah, numpy as np in arguments result, which we calculated before, and then degrees false because we need to get information not in degrees but in radians, and then return len output items. I don't know why we should return it, but okay, let's do it, because without it it will not work. So our code is ready. We have no specific parameters like we had before. I mean, this thing, example parameter. We have just two inputs, number 1, number 2, and one output. We subtract our inputs, place them in power of our complex exponent. Yeah, exponent powered by difference of phases, and then just find an angle of our complex number. Let's take a look at it. It should work. Also, I will rename it. I will call it, for example, phase difference. Phase difference. It's okay, I think. Name, you should write name here. And now it's called as I want. And let's take a look how it will appear. Let's shift our phase a little. I'll shift it, and you see it works well. It just moves as it should. We have no some kind of PWM signal. So thank you for watching. I think this lesson was very useful for you. You understand the basics of creating blocks, and it will be just a good start for exploring this program better. Goodbye.